So right now, I think I should probably turn my oh, that just turns my video off. My bad. Okay. Anywho, we're making blueberry jam. I'm used to using, these are 100%, there's nothing, it's just organic frozen blueberries. I was going to make mixed berry, but I forgot we made smoothies this morning. So we're just going to do a blueberry jam. So I am doing about a half a pot of berries. And then you are going to need about, for the blueberries to set and actually be thick and not watery, about a cup and a half to 2 cups of sugar, because the sugar will set it. Or if you don't want to use sugar and you're wanting a sugar-free, just add pectin. I do have pectin. I might add a little. Hang on. I'm going to wipe off my camera there a little bit. Okay. I was just outside and it is honestly very humid. About a cup and a half. There we go. Of sugar. Although those blueberries are already sweet, it's not just to sweeten it. This is to make sure it sticks and sets when you are done cooking. I am going to start this off on a medium heat. Hello, hello. Making blueberry jam. So, as I said before, you're going to use about a half a pan. Now, I'm making a jar, a large jar, a very large jar of blueberry jam. So if you're just making a regular smaller size, you'd only need about a pint and then maybe a half a cup of sugar to make it set correctly so it's still thick and not watery. I am using a half, so I probably used a good 2.5 to 3 pints of blueberries. I'm using frozen blueberries. You can use fresh, either one works. I like the frozen better due to the fact that they don't pop as much. And then you just slowly mix this in, and then once it gets nice and creamy, now you can use pectin if you want to make this sugar-free jelly. I do have my mic on. I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. If you do want to make it a sugar-free, you would just use the berries, the lemon juice, and then you could add pectin to make it thicker for like the jam. So this can be made either way. I'm not using pectin. I am using just the sugar. I do have pectin for jams. And then I usually just free pour the lemon juice. But I think it's probably just a couple of tablespoons. 1, it keeps it from going bad. 2, it just helps it set a lot more. So, and keeps the color nice so it doesn't get dark. Yeah, jelly, like if you want jam, it's just like, we were buying jams and I kept trying to look for the all natural, you know, and like jelly jam is so expensive. You get a little jar and it's like $6-7. You can get this entire bag of frozen natural, just frozen berries. I got this at Costco. I also get like the mixed berry one, that's raspberries and strawberries. They're like $6. I have made probably about, oh, I don't know. This is the 8th one of this size of jar, as well as many, many smoothies. So super easy to make. You literally just let this cook. You don't bring it to a boil. You let it all of it melt. You squish it down, and then once it's like a nice clean, and then just the texture of the blueberries are down, you can let it sit. Either I let it sit on my counter until I about go to bed, and then I cover it and make sure it's nice and protected, and then I come back in the morning, and then I will put it into the jar, and then you have natural jelly. I'm making homemade blueberry jam without any like preservatives or anything. So you can do pectin, right? If you want. I don't. If you just use sugar, then you're cool. If you want a sugar-free jam and just use the berries, I recommend using fresh picked berries because they'll be sweeter, like the natural sweet, and then you can add pectin, which pectin isn't like dangerous or anything. I just prefer not to unless I have to. But I'm just mixing in here. I'll show you guys. So I'm just cooking down the blueberries. So I do all kinds of stuff like this. I do a lot of like help with like organizing, cleaning around the house. I have a garden. I have chickens, and stuff like that. So I switched from, I used to buy stuff all the time. Blueberry jam. You can do this with blueberries, raspberry, like any type of mixed berries. Hey, Sonia. I just have natural frozen berries. I got this at Costco for $6. I mean, it was packed. I've like I said, I keep telling people, I've made like 6 or 7 this size of jam, as well as like 4 or 5 big things of smoothies. And I also have like a mixed berry, but we just used the last of those on smoothies this morning. But I put these in like pancakes and all kinds of stuff. But hi, London. Hi, Sam from London. But yeah, so we're just making, it's literally just berries, and then you use lemon juice, and you just cook it down until it's like nice and melted, and then you kind of squish it down until you get it the texture that you want it. And then you just let it sit, and it will form and make the jelly form naturally on its own. Or you, like I said, you can add pectin, either one. More jelly, since you guys ate it all again. My kids love the jelly. Yeah, so yeah, I usually do make the raspberry jam, but we use the last of our berries. So I was using some of the blueberries. Like I said, we usually use these for like blueberry pancakes and stuff like that. Our berries that are outside are not ready yet to be picked and harvested. So, but we only have a couple of blueberry bushes, and they're still young, so they don't have that many blueberries. But we should have a ton of raspberries and blackberries shortly. They're just starting to change colors. Oh, yes, I am old. I look like crud. I literally just washed my hands. I was outside in the garden, and it's like 90 degrees and 80% humid. Yeah. If you cleaned, you can go play with your friends. That's fine. Oh, thank you. My crossbow? Oh, where's my crossbow? I do have a crossbow. Actually, yes, I do. But it's in the garage. Hi. I don't hunt. I just have a regular, not a crossbow. I have a regular archery bow. My kids do too. They have like the not plastic ones. They have the wood fake stock tips so they can learn how to shoot. What do I use it for? Just for shooting practice. Like not actually. I don't hunt. I'm not a hunter. I hunted with my uncles, and then when I was younger, and I felt really bad. Like my uncle, I went and like I have really good aim, so technically considered a sharpshooter. But I went with him one time, and then when I shot with him, and I was probably like 10, he's like, "Good, you got Bambi's mom." And after that, I was like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Now you have to go clean it." And then once that happened, I was like, "Yeah, I can't do that." I'm in Ohio, but that is not where I went hunting. I'm a military kid, so I lived all over. When I was like hunting when I was younger, we were up in Wyoming, but I have not done it since then due to that fact. I do fish though. I like fishing. I do have chickens. No, I don't eat my chickens. They're strictly egg chickens. I don't have any roosters. There are pets. We like them. They have names. They come by their name. If you're calling a certain one, they're sweet. They like to swing on the swings with you. We have a bunch of rescue animals here. I have a Great Pyrenees. It's a tripod. I've got F3 Savannah cat. That's a rescue kitten that her and the.
Some people might not know what a tripod means.
Oh, tripod. Okay, so in case it's a tripod, in case anyone doesn't know what a tripod dog is, I mean she has 3 legs. Then we have our 13-year-old. Bye. I'm in a neighborhood that is very safe that my kids, because we're out in the country, my kids can go to their friend's house and I don't have to worry about it. The sheriff is my neighbor, so it's pretty fun. But yeah, so here, so it should start looking like that. So the sugar is melting, but most of this is berries. Like I said, they were frozen, so it already had a little bit of water, and then I added the lemon. Now, blueberries, if you use fresh blueberries, I don't know if anyone has ever blended them up to make a smoothie. They will thicken on their own, pretty much. Oh, I have guns, but just for protection. And because I like to, I don't hunt anything. And I'm married. So 16 years. But I do. I like to cook. I actually just stepped down from corporate. I worked on AI for a long time. So software engineer, AI engineer. I left because I got tired of it and I missed being around my kids. So now I kind of like am making my own company else on the side. And then I've been focusing more so on like urban homesteading. We don't have a lot of land. We have a little under 1/4 of an acre. So just like a neighborhood type ish. So what, 10? Well, I think it's very close to being a quarter. It's like 11,000 square foot plot of land. And then we have, like I said, getting ready to start our pumpkin trellis. So the kids want one that they can walk under, like a clubhouse we can walk through. But we have lots of summer squash, zucchini, 9 tomato plants, a whole bunch of peas, green beans, watermelon, cantaloupe. I just picked a bunch of kale, and that's one of my butternut squashes from last year. Like they do really, really well. So this is kale and collard greens that are still producing. I don't even know how that's possible. It's so hot and it's late in the season that they don't normally keep going. Like I'm going to dehydrate those and I'm going to try to make them into a powder, like a greens powder. And no, and FYI, I hated kale. For anyone woo kale, I hate kale. And then because I tried it from the store, but then like when I grew it, it does not taste anything like it does in the store. It tastes kind of like broccoli, which is a lot better. Because I actually like the taste of broccoli instead of my kids. What's this? Oh. Well, oh, that's great. Well, I don't. I'm Christian, so I don't believe in that. Thank you. I believe in faith. I don't believe in cheating. All right. All right, it's getting a nice water texture here. My husband actually should be home anytime. I think he was grabbing some milk from one of the local. Oh, there's Nova. I didn't see that she came behind me. See, she's our tripod. She has 3 legs. She's still a puppy. But yeah. Oh, look, this is almost done. Okay. Anywho. So do you see how we're starting to get a little bit of this foamy type stuff, which is good. That means we're going to get to a low boil because you don't want to burn your berries ever. That's why I do it on a medium heat, but you'll get this nice clear jelly part. This is just because it's just blueberries. Blueberries have kind of like a natural pectin in them, which is why I'm not adding any, but I usually don't anyways. But you get about 2 cups of sugar, and then the lemon juice, it really does help set your berries to make a really good jam. Hello. Hi, Troy. Yes, Jesus is a stud. Yes. Amen to that. I know. My daughter is so excited. She just made the worship team. So that's exciting. I keep telling her, like, she has a little YouTube channel, which I supervise. I keep telling her, I was like, you should sing on there because she has a really, really good voice. Really, really good voice. She's young, like very young, but I know that somebody there's a TikTok video that's like going around. Somebody else saw her singing when she was singing at School of Rock at a concert, and at the time she was 9, and they posted it, and Darius Rucker saw her singing and reposted it, or he commented on it or something because she was singing Wagon Wheel, and he's like, whoa, someone get that girl an agent. And I was like, no, we're not sending the kiddos to Hollywood. We all know what happens there. Oh, thank you. I look like crap. I have no makeup on and lack of sleep. I've been out in 90-degree weather that's humid in the garden with chickens since like 6 a.m. I'm trying to do a vertical garden. So I was rearranging and then introducing the new chickens to the other chickens, which it's been like a 2-week thing. Like they're babies. So now they're in the coop, but in a separate coop inside the coop. And trying to get and they do the same thing. So in the big coop where they sleep, the little chicks are in a coop inside, like a pen inside it. And then in the run, they have it. And then when they're outside with the big chickens, they're also, because chickens will eat baby chickens. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm that pretty, but thank you very much. My husband says I am. I don't think so. That's all right. I am old. There are probably plenty of fish in the sea that are free for y'all. I also everyone keeps telling me that my husband looks like a mix between, what is that guy's name? Channing Tatum and The Rock or something. I don't know. Oh. My husband's a Marine, so. Well, he's out now. Now he's an engineer, but. So that's why, I mean, I lived around all over the world with him. And then, of course, my dad was also a Marine. So traveled. I lived in Japan and Sardinia, Italy, when he traveled with the Navy. So I lived in Italy for 2 years, Florida, I mean, all over Hawaii. And then I used to just come back to the States to stay at my grandparents sometimes if we were going to school in the States or I went to school overseas. So all kinds of different things. All right, this is becoming nice and clear. Let me see that. So it's like cooking and talking, right? Since it's live. I mean, it's not like I'm just filming how to make jam. YouTube video, or yeah. It's alive. I like to do body doubling. And I'm trying to cool off from being outside all day. It's so hot. I am pulling these berries to the side and kind of squishing them up a little bit. I'm going to use my potato masher actually, most likely in just a minute, because the blueberries, you want them, like if you want, like sometimes when you get jam, you know how like some people like. My day's going good. It's been pretty productive. Spent a couple hours with the chickens, acquainting them together, you know. It's been very, very hot. Surprisingly, we've been so cold here in Ohio that like way below like 15, 20 degrees below, and then nothing but rain. So today when it was like almost, I think it did hit 90 degrees and like 80% humidity. Oh, yes, I do. And I forgot to take my medicine today. So it was like by the time I realized, you know, because we forget a lot. I am choosing to ignore them. And I guess the only good thing about doing a live is when I post this to be like a forever living video, the comments do not go with it. That's something that they have. I don't know why, but they don't let you do the comments. That and I'm cooking. Otherwise, I'd be sitting there like banning people. You did also, yeah. I totally forgot to take my medicine, and this my doctor always laughs. He's like, "This is why you can tell when someone has ADHD." He's like, "Because their medicine will last them a lot longer than if someone that is pretending, because they will forget to take their medicine." Well, by the time I remembered to take my medicine, it was like 1 o'clock. And I was like, poop, right? Like, can't take it now. It'd be too late. Oh, thank you so much. You too. You too, Abe. God bless you too. But yeah, I just try to, I'm just like, I try to do more lives, and I've been a little off these last couple weeks just due to the fact that kids were out of school. I'm trying to set in this new schedule that I'm doing with them. So I'm not going insane. They're not going insane. And then get the mom guilt, you know what I mean? Of making them have the most boring summer in the world, but everything is super expensive. So I'm trying to make days that are, beneficial to everybody. We do, like, my kids automatically cleaned on their own. I don't know if anyone heard them a minute ago. They came up and they're like, got the basement clean, right? We're doing like these little power hours where the alarms go off, and they're racing to pick up and clean. We're picking days. And my kids are bigger. They're not like toddler babies right now or nothing. They're 9 and just turned 9 and just turned 13. So a little bit bigger, but then they're more likely like, hey, I want to go out and do something, but we still have stuff to do here too. So we're doing days. So like today is Thursday, so it's Thriving Thursday. So it's a day that they're supposed to do something productive. So whether that's read books, learn something new, go out in the garden, stuff like that. So today they wanted to help. Gosh, my dog, my husband just pulled in. Oh, you can see the police car across the street. The sheriff was next to me. So that is the annoying little dog. Sorry about that. So this is just about, okay, so basically you want to get it to this texture. You see how it's mostly liquid, but there's a lot of berries, right? So I'm going to get my potato. Oh, Lucy, shh, honey, it's fine. Thank you. My husband's like, that dog don't like me. Yes, she does. Every time she comes home or he comes home, she howls like the end of the world. But I just use a potato masher, and I just smash up all those little berries. I don't mind the berries being in the jam because I think most jams have tiny pieces of fruit, but I don't want a mouthful of berries every time. But if you do like that, then you just don't mash them up as much. So I'm just gonna mash them until I think it's a good mix. Oh, see, there he is. Look at him carrying up the trash can. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. If any dads are on here watching, happy early Father's Day. Moms, if you have ADHD and you forgot, it is this weekend. Quick, go make something. And then pretend like you remembered the whole time. Just kidding. No, Lucy! I'm saying no to Lucy, I mean. I think that's... She loves you, I tell you. No, I meant Lucy. Cries at that door every time you pull up. He's home! He's home! She must have heard you before you even came over here. She started howling like a minute before you even pulled in the driveway. Yes. That was good, yes. I was trying to read comments and do the same time. What do you... What? I have no idea. Saliva. I don't know. That's gross. I don't know where these people in the comments came from. Where are people? Are you guys coming from TikTok or something? This is crazy because this is not normal YouTube behavior. But anywho, there were some moms on here that I was talking to. Jeez. All right. Did you have the milk? You want me to put it in the fridge? Maybe he forgot the milk. Hey, did you get milk?
I got it.
Oh, thank you. All right. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. And then that's pretty much there. Why did these not all squish? But thank you. Did you grab? Oh, there's no tomatoes at the Dollar General. Thank you. Kids got the basement done. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, in December, you can. Yes. Okay. All right. And that is pretty much that. I don't know who these people are in here. Sometimes you get people in here that are nice, and then you get some weirdos. These poor moms in here are like, who are these weirdos making these comments? I don't know how to make it go away. What is that? Can we? There we go. Aha. There. I put somebody in timeout. All right. And this just needs to cool. And then it should set and be jelly. Nova. Oh, hi. Wow, Canada. Nice. Sorry, people. I was like cooking, so it's kind of hard to. I'm going to get a separate spoon so I can taste it. My goodness. I don't put my spoons back in here. That's what you get. That's right. Right, exactly. Right? I don't put them in timeout and then kick them out of the chat. I was trying to figure out how to like mark people's weird comments. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, why is someone writing these weird things in here? So, exactly. We don't get to be disgusting in comments. Go to TikTok for that. Jam, blueberry jam. So I'm just smashing up the sides a little bit. I'm going to hopefully not burn my mouth. Not using the. Oh, that's delicious. That is delicious. I could literally just drink that, but we need it to set. And I did not add that much sugar to it. So it's literally just I'm doing blueberry this time, but it's just blueberries, lemon juice, or whatever fruit, lemon juice, and sugar. And after you get it cooked and melted enough, you just leave it out to set, and then it will be thick enough to turn into more of like a solid, like the jam texture. Yeah. That's pretty much right now. I'm just taking the blueberries and kind of like smashing them up against the side of the pan. So that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, the kids like the pieces of blueberry in there. I do too. I just didn't want that many. So We want chunks of blueberry, just not millions of them. Although my kids might tell you different. Yes, I have. I have some fig trees out back, but I'm going to have to remove them because my dog keeps eating them. And the vet said that they're very toxic if they get the leaves. So unfortunately, I have to get rid of my figs because I don't want a very injured or a very expensive vet bill puppy because I have fig trees. So I have to get rid of them. So I'm going to be seeing if anyone wants fig trees. I've had them for a while, unfortunately. But yeah, fig jam is pretty good. I'll do whatever type of berry jam we can. I have a bunch of blackberry and raspberry bushes outside. They're just not ready to harvest those yet. So I'm using frozen, or I used frozen berries right now. I have some blueberry ones too, but they're not very, ooh, Schnova. They're still little. They're not fully grown enough to have a bunch of berries, just a little bit. The first year with berries on them, because I planted them last year and they were like little bitty. And now one's about that and starting to fill out, which is what I want them to focus on, filling out into a bush. That way we actually get tons and tons of blueberries. Have you guys made jam before, any of you? But yeah, oh, look at that. That looks a lot. I mean, I did turn the heat off already. So I'm just using this time to smash these. I'm also trying to determine whether or not, because these are the main wild berries, I don't know how much natural pectin they have. Because you want it to thicken a lot. I don't want watery. Yeah. There. Is that beautiful color? Oh, yeah, me too. Say your favorite food for an edit. Ooh, my favorite food. Oh, that's tricky. Hmm. Like a dinner food or like a fruit or I don't know. I have a lot of favorite foods. I'm going to say milk bread. I like milk bread. That is beyond. It tastes like liquid blueberry pie right now. That's what it tastes like. It's delicious. Okay. So that's off. So that's just going to rest and it's going to sit. But this should fill this. Ooh, almost dropped my jar. This jar. I'm not going to pour it in there yet. I'm going to let this just cool down. And then, because I don't want the jar to break. Yeah. So, yeah. That's off. And it's just going to sit there for a little bit. And then this evening, I will put it into the jar and then put it into the fridge. See? Pretty cool, huh? Looks like liquid jelly. It's pretty easy. Got to take my compost outside. I'll grab my shoes. Compost. All right. We have jelly. We used it all last time. Where's my shoes? There they are. Here, Nova. Compost time. Go outside. See? Garden. Been gardening all morning. So I got all that. I got more seed pods here that I got to transfer over. What you guys saw in the kitchen, that was all my kale and stuff. I just cut those. I got some jalapenos, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, more tomatoes, banana trees, more tomatoes, tons of berries, grapes, and stuff all along that fence. More berries, more strawberries over that way. Chickens. See, I told you guys, I have the little babies in there. They are big enough to be outside, and then they have another hut in there. I do let them outside too. I try to have them training them so the big ones don't eat them. Lucy, back up. See, these are more of my raspberries. See all the raspberries growing on them. So this is this year's. I planted those last year, so these stems are still pretty small, but they have tons of berries, but they're going to be small. But as you see, next year's is a lot thicker vine, so these will have the bigger, huger berries on them. And then I have a bunch to the other side and grapes and stuff like that. I have a compost behind my coop, or behind out there in the field. And then I have a little one. Hang on. There. And then I just compost eggs. There we go. Oh, Nova. Ah, eggs. Get up. I don't want to touch it. There we go. Nothing wrong with not wanting to touch it. And you just spin it. Get compost down, and then so this is just from food that I used today. We cooked eggs earlier, so I put the shells in this container and any food, anything like that, pretty much. Oh, Italian or Asian? Oh man, both, man. I love like soup dumplings. I am Sicilian, Egyptian, and stuff, but I lived in Okinawa, Japan for a couple years as a kid, so I'm a big dumpling fan. I was making soup dumplings a couple weeks ago, actually. It's my kids' favorite too, is Asian food. We do a lot of that. See, everything was so cold that now my sweet peas just started growing, and then now it's hot. I planted these in February. They should have already been almost done now that it's like June. But these are all peas. These are the cucumbers. Oh, look, a firefly. And a firefly. I don't know if you guys can see my hand. There's a firefly right there. These are cucumbers. Yellow squash, yellow squash. They're going to grow vertically, so I have them going up. One, it saves space. So what you do is I tie them to the post, and then you cut off the lower, and then it lets the fruit hang down, and then they'll start growing. So these just popped up. I have more here. I have more posts I have to put. I just left holes for the other posts so it doesn't damage any of the roots. And then I have my starter kits that I started. So over there is a not butternut squash, acorn squashes. This looks like the heat got to it. So these are more watermelon. I have cantaloupe and cantaloupe. And then I have potted seeds. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're over there. I have pumpkins and stuff and butternut squash. These were supposed to be regular bush green beans. That's what it said when I got these seeds. But I'm starting to think that these are vining green beans, which I hope not, because I did not make them a trellis. There's some potatoes here. A whole bunch of potatoes over there, as well as strawberries. This is kale. I literally just cut all this again. This is like the 4th or 5th time I've cut this thing. Like this kale just kept coming. There's some onions here. There's onions in the middle of that too. This was collard greens, jalapeno, jalapeno, jalapeno. I just pulled out all my lettuce and radishes and what the heck are those called? Turnips and some beets. And then I put in 2 tomatoes over here. These are just a couple of garlic. I have a bunch of garlic over that way. That's a bell. So I just transferred those. More tomatoes, more tomatoes. I don't know what is up. I don't know if it's this thing or what. I just got these to try them out on Temu. And for some reason, the tomatoes that are in these were all planted at the same time. This one and those ones and the 2 that are over there. For some reason, the ones that are in this are just not growing. Like, look, which is so weird. It's just a pot, right? And they're very, very tiny. But the one I like, this pot's a little bit rounder, but that one's deeper. This one grew just fine. My banana trees, yes, they grow bananas. I have more strawberries. I have herbs. I have mint. Here's another one of my tomatoes that I just transferred out of a little thing grown after that one. Oh, and then I'm building this strawberry wall. So I just put in, I'm not done yet. So I put in liner, you see, like ground liner that you would use to keep out weeds. And then I just planted these strawberries inside it. And then I'm going to hang it on my side wall and we'll have strawberries hanging down. So I've got to do all four of these. There was actually a lot of these in here last year. Oh, and these are called teddy bear sunflowers. I don't know why they're not getting very big though. I thought they got bigger, but they're supposed to be like really fluffy looking. There was a whole bunch. These are perennials. They just haven't, those ones came back. There was a bunch over here too, but the puppy ripped them out. No, they're not poisonous. I did ask my vet. There's some dill. I just set these plants there for now. More garlic. And then this is these little bitty ones right here. Not weeds. This is lavender growing. I have seeds with more butternut squash. Hey, Lucy. I'm going to see if it will let me turn the camera around. It does. Yay. So we were chopping that tree down. We've paid an arborist like multiple times. It got some like borer things. You can see them on the branches, like those little round black thingies. And we paid every year and we kept like treating them. I don't know what I thought they were like caterpillars or something, but it like completely killed. Like this is the third year in a row, and it's like $200 per tree every year to treat it, and they just keep coming back. We have all these pretty leaves, and then within a week, the tree leaves start swelling up, and they get these things on it. And the city told us that the infection started over that way, and then it spread to our trees a couple years ago. But they just said that um, you would have to spend like $1,500 per tree a year to get rid of it. So we're cutting it down. And then they told us to burn it as we cut it down because apparently they can keep spreading. So I just got that down. That was what I did before I came inside. I chopped that down and it fell that way and it was hot. Now the humidity is down a little bit. Yes, there's towels hanging up. My kids were playing in that pool over there this afternoon, but no, that's not a real snake. It's a fake one. We have lots of hawks. So I have the tours, but here's one of the blackberry. This is its first year getting blackberries. We planted it last year. These will be the blackberry stems you get next year. So you have your 1 year you grow. The other stems that come up will have nothing. You don't cut those down. And the end of the year, you're going to cut these. And then these ones will have your blackberries. I just curved them over like if you would do grapes because I was doing this. 1, I can reach them better. 2, they get more air. And 3, then the birds can't get them because they have the bird net. Grapes, we had 2, both sides. I'm trying to stake to hold it. The puppy ate them. Well, not this side. She ate that side for some reason. Raspberry, she ate the raspberries too, so they're starting to come back. More raspberries. That's a new blueberry bush. So do you see how I had to wrap these? Because the doggy was eating them all. So I just planted these last year. So this one's doing okay. Puppy ate some of that. These are the figs we have to get rid of. I just locked it like this because I can't even mow in here right now because if the dog eats these, in case you guys didn't know, very toxic. Apparently, it's like equal to like cyanide to dogs is figs and fig. The tree part, no, but if they eat the leaf or the plant, the fruit, it will like cause them to have multiple seizures and can kill them. So I blocked this off because I have to dig this up. I'm going to see if anyone wants any figs because I usually get so many yummy figs, but I can't have them because these will branch out like this way, or if they start to lose their leaves, I'm terrified of the dog eating them. Hang on. Who in the heck? Sorry. I just saw that there were nasty comments on there. Anywho. And then that's my baby peach tree. We also planted this last year. We had a late frost, so when I was picking off the peaches so it could focus on growth, but then a late frost came and got rid of all of them but like 2 peaches. So those baby peaches are still growing. But when we got it, it was like last year it was that big, so it's really thriving. So it's really, really good that the peaches are off, so it's focusing on growth. And we want it to get nice and wide to have lots of peaches. But yeah, that's what we have right now for a homestead. Chickens, lots of eggs. We don't eat them. See, another banana, tomato, tomato. And then my kids were just playing in this. And then, of course, they had their slip and slide, and that thing blows up. It was out here. That is all fur from the Great Pyrenees. She sheds that much. But yeah, that's that, people. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to go make dinner. All right, bye.